greetings from the Federal. First of all, you have come back to Kashmir after a gap of 5.5 years, meeting the people of Kashmir, speaking to them and interacting to them. Do you find any difference between then and now?
No, just one difference, that operation has increased from the day when I was taken to Tihar jail. Kashmiris are helpless, nobody is speaking for them. Modi is using all the draconian measures to silence our voice. And despite we being the victims, we are being produced as aggressors. That's all what has changed.
What is the response you are getting from people when you go and meet them in South Kashmir, North Kashmir, Central Kashmir?
Sir, today it is social media era, and you know better than me. People are responding everywhere, and let us hope that it will turn into votes and a new history will be written.
You got bail and came out of Tihar. After coming out of Srinagar airport, you kissed the ground, your motherland. And from that point in time, what is the message that people are giving to you?
Kissing my motherland was my dream, because for 5.5 years, I would every day, in fact I had written a poem over it. People would always be eager to get up in the morning and wait for the dawn to rise so that they will start work. For me in jail, my entire life was confined to the cell, and I would eagerly wait every day for night to come. Though the night is dark, but I would love darkness of the night, or rather dawn of the morning, because in nightmares I would meet my people. Nobody would come to meet me. So when I reached the airport, it was respect to my motherland.
Now you are fighting the election. Awami Ittihad party is sensation in this election. So what kind of a result do you expect from the people of Kashmir?
It is in the hands of people. If they want a Naya Kashmir of their own ideology, on their own terms and conditions, then they have no option other than Awami Ittihad party. If it is their bad, it would be their bad luck if we don't get good numbers. I am just an independent. I used to be an MLA, now an MP. Our party has been denied recognition till now. But I am hopeful. People will not let me down.
But you managed to defeat a former chief minister, and another former chief minister's party is now feeling the heat of your campaign. That kind of impact do you have? Do you feel that the same impact will continue in the assembly election?
I have no idea what was the impact, because I was in jail. I was disconnected with the entire world. Even my 5-minute daily phone call was abandoned. So I have not defeated the chief minister, Omar Abdullah. People have defeated him, because there is no role of mine. So I am sure people will not let me down, because the commitment they are showing in my public gatherings, I am sure you will agree to it, that the biggest and the largest and the enthusiastic crowds we are trying everywhere, from north to south, everywhere. And people do come on their own. I have no resources, I have nothing. People may say he is just covering up things, but that's not true.
After seeing all the crowds, the youth and the women who come to your meetings and are attracted by your party, people say that you are going to be the future Chief Minister of Jammu Kashmir.
For me, it is immaterial. A place where 1 lakh people have died in the past 34 years, where thousands are imprisoned, where my sisters are lying in Tihar jail. This all is immaterial. I have already requested you. The main thing is that let a genuine leadership emerge, which will force Government of India to talk on our terms and conditions, which will work for peace, not peace like silence of graveyard. For me, government is a very small thing. Had I been after power, then being an independent MLA for 11 years, I was offered every time a cabinet berth by Umar Saab, Madam Mufti, her father. And if power is the criteria, I am an independent MLA, MP from J&K. I can join hands with Modi, and he will take me in the union cabinet. I don't need to beg to anyone. But my battle is entirely different. My battle is that Kashmiris deserve some mercy. They deserve a right to live with dignity and honor.
The former chief ministers, 3 of them, are saying, how come engineer has got bail now? How is his party having so many candidates? Who is financing them? What is the
It
answer?
is not so difficult to find the answers. They must go to Patiala court and ask the judge. 1. Number 2, see the irony. They see that Kashmiris are fools. They don't learn their lessons. Despite the fact Omar Abdullah lost by more than 2 lakh votes, he should have at least realized that government of India will now be forced to release Engineer Rashid. Because despite the tall claims being made by Indian state political parties that India is the largest democracy, it is shame for Indian democracy that despite becoming an MP from the jail, 4 months have gone and government has not withdrawn case against me, which is a fake case. I have done nothing wrong. And then when Omar Abdullah says that how he got bail, by saying so he is digging his grave, rather showing sympathy with me, even if I had been a criminal, he should have felt happy. If a leader feels so jealousy of me that he wants that this man should be in, how can he speak for a common man? It is unfortunate. And then they say, where from the resources come? I have told you, go and ask people who pays them. I was in jail when my bail was granted and nomination papers for 2 phases had already been filed. I could not make one selection of candidates. So there was no communication. If that would have been the case, BJP would have facilitated my release 15 days back. Had I got just 4 days, had my release taken place 4 days earlier, it would have been an entirely different scenario. Even yesterday till 10 p.m. in South Kashmir, thousands were waiting for me on roads. Perhaps I was booked for violating model code of conduct. Somebody told me, but genuinely they said so because people caught me. How could I have helped? There were thousands. So there was no logic to ask them that Election Commission of India is debarring me from doing things. I rule hearts of masses and they rule their heads at the barrel of the gun.
Sir, you have announced a tie-up with the Jamaat, and Jamaat is also fighting elections after a long time. What kind of impact is this going to make?
It is not tie-up with Jamaat. There is a big confusion which is being created. Jamaat has been banned by the government of India, though we are entirely against that ban. But having said that, though Jamaat fielded some candidates, I didn't enter in alliance with them till their nomination papers were accepted. Once they were accepted, it is obvious that they were not wrong people. So after that, for the larger cause, which is to speak about the deprived, suppressed and oppressed people of J&K, if anybody wants to come forward sincerely and talk on those issues, I have no problem to join hands with them. I had in fact asked Rahul Gandhi publicly the day I came, rather next day, that if he just includes in his so-called India Alliance manifesto that when they come to power, they will restore Article 370. I will withdraw all my candidates and support him. But they didn't respond. Rather answering the genuine questions, they are trying to hit stones in the mud and trying to prove me as the sinner and themselves as the gods. But people have already taught them a lesson and they will teach them a lesson this time, which I am sure their generations will remember.
Sir, one final question. On October 3rd, you have to go back to Tihar jail. At that time, what will be on your mind, sir?
On my mind, it will be that my God give me the strength. If I have to stay in jail for 10 more years, for the dignity, self-respect, rights, sacrifices of my people, it will be honor and privilege for me. Whether I am in jail or whether I am at home, in nightmares I will continue haunting from Narendra Modi to everyone that Kashmir problem needs to be resolved. Me being in jail does not matter. If these people are giving me so much of love, the deal is not so bad if I have to be in jail for them.